making applesauce. Just quarter them and leave the skin on. I'm taking the core out and getting rid of the bad spots and put them in a big pan. Then I bring them to a boil so that they get really soft, easy to grind up. Then I put them in this colander here, and it will let the applesauce go through these little holes, and it will retain the skins on the top. So then I throw the skins away. Then I add some sugar and a little salt, and I have applesauce. I fill the pan up. I put water in the bottom so the apples won't stick. Because once they start to cook and mash down, they'll be easier to stir. Make sure the apples are nice and soft and they kind of fall off the skin. I cook about a half hour, but if the apples are still hard, then I cook them longer. And I cook them about a medium temperature. Not high, not low, kind of medium.
Okay.
And then I'll stir it a couple times to make sure that the heat is evenly distributed. You see, it's already breaking up because these apples were very ripe. So it depends how ripe the apples are when you start to cook them. You can see how it's already almost turning to applesauce. The applesauce is now ready to strain with my colander here. So I pour it in the colander. And when I turn it, the applesauce goes through the blender in the bottom away from the holes, so I can get all of the applesauce strained into this little bowl. So that's why I go forward for a while, then I go backwards. And I do this until there's nothing left but the skin. Wait, you see it's getting thick already? But by going backwards, I continually work on the skins and get them out. And it'll be beautiful applesauce. We can add sugar to it and cinnamon. Some people like a little flavor of nutmeg in there. And it'll be very tasty. I stir it up and I will add sugar to it. And it depends on how tart the apples are, on how much sugar you want to add. It all depends on the person who's eating the applesauce. And you can't take sugar out once you put it in there. So I'm from the old school, so I sprinkle cinnamon on it and then I taste it. I don't like it to be over cinnamon. I like to taste the apples too, so I sprinkle it in and then I taste it.
She recorded.
So I like to just have a flavor of cinnamon. Now I'll taste it. I didn't put even the half a cup in. That's how I know how I like it. Actually, it's pretty good the way it is. I'll let Luna taste it.
I love it.
Yeah. If you add too much, then it gets too sweet.
I don't like too sweet things anyway.
So on this particular bowl full, I didn't even put a half a cup of sugar in here because the apples were sweet already, so you can see there was this much left of a half a cup. Now it depends on your apples. If they're tart, really tart, then you'll need more sugar. But a lot of people will follow a recipe and put too much sugar in, whatever they make. But I prefer to have it a little tart because it's better for you, and to me it tastes better. I put them in the quart jar and the pint jar, and I'm letting them set till they cool. Then I'll put it in the refrigerator. It'll probably seal, but we're going to eat it. because they've been used before. If you're going to seal it permanently, you have to have a brand new lids and brand new rubber gasket. And I just used jar lids, so
We gotta eat them fast.
so we're gonna store it just in the refrigerator and eat it.
What is it good with?
Pork, really very good with pork. Pork roast, pork chops, anything pork. It's very tasty with it. I eat it with anything. It's good just to have a dish of it for breakfast. And it's good with chicken or just eating by itself as a snack. It's hot. The jars are still hot, and I don't put them in the refrigerator till they cool down. If you want to can them, then you leave them out till they seal.
Okay, thank you for the recipe and instructions.
You're welcome.